Something isn't right in Detroit. Injuries are piling up, questions keep arising, and the Lions locker room suddenly seems much quieter than it did a few weeks ago. Dan Campbell just shot down one of the fans' favorite comeback ideas. Jameson Williams is making promises that left fans skeptical after another tough loss. And even a rookie quarterback from the rival Vikings decided to taunt Detroit. Yes, a lot is going on. Let's start with the main point. Campbell's message was loud and clear. So here, yes, what happened in Detroit. The Lions' offensive line is falling apart faster than anyone expected. During that ugly Week 9 loss to the Vikings, the hits kept coming, literally. Left guard Christian Mahogany is out with a serious leg injury, and both tackles, Penei Sewell and Taylor Decker, are banged up heading into next week's matchup against Washington. Now, if you know anything about this team, you know GM Brad Holmes loves his offensive line. He once called it the engine of the Lions, even compared it to a garden that needs constant watering. But right now, that garden looks like it's been hit by a drought, so naturally everyone's been asking, will Detroit make a move before the trade deadline? Dan Campbell went on 97.1 The Ticket Tuesday morning, and of course the question came up, are the Lions trying to bring someone in? He admitted they've been looking around, but said it's tough because no one's letting go of quality linemen this late in the season. Then the conversation took a turn. One of the hosts, John Jansen, brought up a wild idea that has been floating around in fan circles. What if they called up Frank Ragnow? Yeah, the Pro Bowl center who retired back in June. People started dreaming about a comeback, picturing him saving the day like some kind of blue-collar superhero. Campbell's response, straight up classic Dan Campbell. He laughed it off and basically said, look, if Frank wanted to come back, my phone would have been blowing up. But I haven't heard a thing, and he just had another baby, so that ship has sailed. That's it. End of story. No dramatic comeback, no secret calls, no late season miracle. Ragnow's moved on, and honestly, Campbell sounded happy for him. Let's be real. Even if Ragnow wanted to return, it wouldn't be that simple. The guy's been retired for months, probably dropped a bunch of playing weight, and definitely isn't in football shape. Plus, after years of battling injuries, who can blame him for choosing family life over more punishment in the trenches? Still, fans can't help but wonder, what if? It's fun to imagine the old crew getting back together for one more run, but Campbell made sure to crush that dream before it spiraled out of control. And while Campbell was busy shutting down comeback rumors, another Lion was doing the opposite, stepping up and promising fans something bold after that brutal loss. Man, that one hurt. The Lions had every chance to handle business against the Vikings at home and blew it. Final score, 27-24. But let's be honest, it wasn't that close. Detroit struggled everywhere. Offense, defense, special teams, you name it. It was just one of those afternoons where nothing clicked. Still, if there's one thing we've learned about this Dan Campbell team, it's that they don't stay down for long. They haven't lost back-to-back games since 2022. Every time they've been punched in the mouth, they've bounced back swinging. And that's exactly what Jameson Williams says is coming next. After the game, Williams faced reporters and didn't sugarcoat anything. He looked frustrated but focused. We just gotta be better, he said. You hate the feeling of losing. Doesn't matter if it's by 1, 2, or 40 points. It all feels the same. We're gonna get back in, correct our stuff, and we'll be back for sure. That's a promise, and coming from a guy who's been grinding to find his rhythm this season, it hit different. What makes it more interesting is that Williams finally was making plays again. During the bye week, the Lions had talked about getting him more involved, and this time, they actually did it. He caught 4 passes for 66 yards, including a ridiculous late touchdown that almost sparked a comeback. The speed, the route running, the burst, it was all there, but Williams didn't even want to talk about his stats. When asked about his performance, he cut it short. It's kinda hard to think about that. We lost, so I'm not really thinking about anything else right now but the loss. That's a team-first mindset, and fans noticed. Even after that disappointment, Williams' energy stayed confident. He reminded everyone that the season's long, that Detroit still has rematches ahead with every NFC North rival. We still gotta see all 3 of those teams one more time, he said, so we decide what goes on by the outcome of those games. He's not wrong. The Packers just got embarrassed at home. The Bears are the Bears, and Minnesota's still inconsistent even with the win. Detroit's 5-3, still right in the playoff mix, and with their talent, plus that no excuses attitude, they can absolutely control their own fate. What makes this whole thing hit home is how Williams spoke like a leader, not just a speedy wideout trying to prove himself. He sounded like a guy who believes in the culture, who's tired of moral victories and ready to turn frustration into fuel. But just when Lions fans thought the pain was over, a rookie from the rival Vikings decided to twist the knife and take a playful jab at Dan Campbell himself. You'd think after getting sacked 5 times, a rookie quarterback would be humbled, right? Not JJ McCarthy. The Vikings' new kid decided to turn the Lions' misery into a little social media fun, and Lions fans did not take it well. After the 27-24 win over Detroit, McCarthy jumped on Instagram and posted a gallery of game photos. The caption: "Kneecaps are intact." Yeah, he actually said that. If you're a Lions fan, you instantly got the joke. That S a direct shot at Dan Campbell, S legendary, and kinda infamous. Quote from his very first press conference back in 2021. "You remember, we're gonna kick you in the teeth. And on the way up, we're gonna bite a kneecap off." That's become part of Lions lore, the ultimate grit mantra that set the tone for this entire rebuild. So for McCarthy, who, by the way, used to be the golden boy at Michigan, to throw that line back at Campbell after beating Detroit. Yeah, that stung. It's like your ex showing up at your rival's party wearing your old jersey. Here's the wild part. McCarthy didn't even have an insane stat line. He went 15 of 24 for 143 yards and 2 touchdowns plus 1 rushing score. Respectable but not video game numbers. The Lions defense actually hit him hard and pressured him all game. 14 total pressures. But he stood tall, made plays when it mattered, and walked away with the win. Detroit AS defense was good in spurts. They only allowed 258 total yards, but red zone execution killed them. The Vikings scored on 3 of 5 trips, all thanks to McCarthy's legs and accuracy. Meanwhile, Detroit's offense only punched it in once out of 3 tries. That's the kind of detail that turns a winnable game into a nightmare. For Lions fans, it's a double slap. Not only did they lose, but they also had to watch a Michigan hero, a guy they used to cheer for, clown their head coach online. Still, you can't deny the humor. McCarthy's line was savage but clever, and to Campbell's credit, you just know he's not losing sleep over it. The man preaches toughness and accountability. If anything, he's probably laughing about it in the film room. But you better believe he circled the Christmas Day rematch against Minnesota. The Lions will want that one badly. Until then, McCarthy can enjoy his kneecaps victory lap, but knowing Dan Campbell, he's already sharpening his teeth for round 2. The Lions took a hit this week. No Ragnow comeback, a painful loss, and a rookie clowning their coach. But that's fuel. What do you think, Lions fans? Will they strike back next week? Hit subscribe so you don't miss the comeback story.